introducing sine, cosine, tan and cotan through unit circle. Unit circle, as you can see, is a circle that the radius of this circle is 1 unit. So equals to 1. The radius of the circle equals to 1. Now, this green axis is actually cosine. So this is cosine, this line. And this blue line is actually the sine. This is the sine. And this is very important. Now, we have an angle which of course starts from here. As you can see in here, the angle starts from here. In here it goes to 30, 60, 90, and it keeps getting bigger, and this is how I am defining my, I am showing my angle. So the angle, let's say I have an angle from here to here, which is actually, I call it alpha, the angle alpha. And this is the positive directions for the angles in this circle. So I have this alpha. If I draw a perpendicular to the cosine from where it meets the circle in here, I draw a perpendicular wherever it meets the cosine axis from the origin, which is in here, here to here, it's actually cosine of alpha. Now I like to find the sine of alpha. Of course, I would have to draw a perpendicular to the sine axis. I draw a perpendicular to the sine axis, and wherever it meets the sine axis from the origin is actually the sine of alpha. Now, as you can see, as the angle gets bigger, its sine, you can see what can happen to the sine. It increases and the cosine decreases, and it gets bigger between 0 and 90. But, however, now I want to introduce the tan and cotan to you. This is the tan. If you draw a perpendicular to cosine axis here, where it meets the circle only in one point, the tangent of this circle actually in this point, this is actually the tan axis. As you can see, sine cannot get bigger than 1. The maximum sine for every angle can be only 1. And the same is cosine. It cannot be bigger than 1. The maximum cosine can be only 1. However, the tan can get bigger, and it can continue until infinity. And how can we find the tan of this angle? In this case, we won't draw perpendicular anymore. We just continue this angle. We continue it, and wherever it meets the tan from the origin of this axis, of course this is the positive, this is the negative, as we know, this would be the tan of alpha. And now let's introduce the cotan. This is the cotan. Let's make it actually a little bit, this is the cotan axis. And as I continue this angle, just like I did for the tan, I continue this, and wherever it meets the cotan axis from the origin of this, of course, origin of this axis, which is here, of course, this is the positive, this is negative, this would be actually my, it starts and goes from here to here, this would be the cotan of this alpha.